Big news out of Segambut. Tan Chong's about to build these for less than 100 grand. Tan Chong Motor Group today signs an MOU with SAIC-GM-Wuling in order to assemble this car right here. This is the Wuling Bingo EV, a compact electric hatchback, which they say will arrive in the market locally assembled for less than 100,000 ringgit. Now, of course, the model that we have here was imported from Indonesia just for this presentation, and so it does not represent the specification that we will receive. However, based on what we've seen from Indonesia, this car should have a WLTP range of just under 400 kilometers, as well as a relatively small battery, making this a really interesting and usable choice for an urban EV. Now, Wuling and Tan Chong Motor Group have both said that this car will launch in the fourth quarter of this year, with once again prices starting from below 100,000 ringgit. Specifications and other details will be finalized closer to launch, and we most certainly look forward to hearing more about them. However, this is a very interesting little car, and so let's explore it from inside. Now, the Wuling Bingo is a B-segment hatchback, which means that this car will eventually compete with vehicles like the BYD Dolphin. However, because this car will be arriving locally assembled here in Segambut, that does mean that it bypasses the 100,000 ringgit minimum requirement for imported EVs. And so we expect this car to be very competitively priced upon arrival. Now, in terms of the battery specifications and so on, again, we have nothing confirmed at this time because apparently that's still being discussed and finalized between Tan Chong and SAIC-Wuling. However, based on what we're seeing right now in terms of overall specifications, this car is relatively generously equipped. I have an electric driver's seat, for heaven's sake, as well as a couple of digital instruments right up ahead of me. There are also nice usages of actual physical knobs for things, and the steering wheel is also pretty decently adjustable at that. On top of that, the floor is completely flat, which means that I could technically walk out on that side of the car. Now, in terms of the overall specifications, again, nothing has yet been confirmed. However, we can expect this car to do a WLTP range of just under 400 kilometers on a full charge. However, in terms of charging speed, both AC and DC, we are not able to confirm that at the moment because these cars are running a very different charging port than the one that we're used to. Now, based on our conversations with the executives from Tan Chong, we do expect these cars to be subject to an ASEAN NCAP test before launch because obviously they feel that safety is a very important factor when it comes to new cars coming to our market. Now, once again, pricing is expected to start from below 100,000 ringgit, but how far below remains to be seen, which means that this car will be competing directly against the Proton E-MAS 5 as well as the upcoming Prodoa EV, both of which that we expect to see launching very, very soon indeed. In any case, we'd like to hear more from you about what you think of the new Wuling Bingo EV. Is this an EV that you'd consider? If so, why? And if not, why not? In any case, that concludes our coverage of the MOU signing between Tan Chong Motor Group and Wuling SAIC. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so notified every time we make a new upload. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. All the links are in the description below, including the link to join our new WhatsApp channel. Thank you so much for watching. Catch the next one. Take care and stay safe.